Many a Washington figure expects to be addressed by his or her full name and title. Not so the nation's current second lady. Rita Braver explains why in our Sunday morning cover story.
Thank you for being here today. Nice to see you, and I hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you.
When you watch Jill Biden shaking every hand in sight,
This is great.
stuffing gift bags for soldiers,
Well, you know what? You have to come back and see me again.
inviting veterans and their families to the Vice President's house.
How are you?
You may be tempted to say, "Isn't she nice?" That would be a mistake.
Energetic, interesting, vivacious, but nice is blah. It's just too bland. So I never want to be nice.
She's an incredibly passionate, focused woman.
Her friend, First Lady Michelle Obama, says Jill Biden is so much more than nice.
I think after her family, you are the #1 fan.
Oh yeah, I'm up there. I'm up there. But you know, my husband loves her. My mom loves her. So she's got a lot of fans.
Yet to the public, 58-year-old Jill Biden is the least known of the big four.
I heard a great story that you were out jogging with one of your staffers in Central Park in New York, and at the end you were kind of stretching, and there were Secret Service cars around.
And there were women standing all around. They said, "Who's here? Who's here? We wonder if it's somebody important." And we just looked at one another, finished our stretch, and got into the car. So no one noticed. It was great. I love that. I love that.
Please welcome Dr. Jill Biden.
But now, Jill Biden has a new, high-profile role,
I've been an English teacher for almost 30 years. And I've
capitalizing
spent much
on
of
her long record as a community college professor with a doctorate in education.
That's why I've asked Dr. Biden to travel the country promoting the opportunities that community colleges offer.
So Dr. Biden, as she's known at the White House, though she prefers just Jill,
Hello, how are you?
tours schools like Gateway Community College in Arizona.
So that's how big laparoscopic instruments are?
Yes.
They showed her the latest techniques in medical education.
Thanks for showing that to me. Thank you so much. I don't know whether I really wanted to see it. This administration values community colleges. I'm
She
proud to say
made the
that I'm
trip
part of
on
that
a day off
because I am a
because
community
2 days a
college
week she's still teaching English.
You keep it very low-key at your
do.
college. You even asked your security detail to kind of dress down a little bit. Your office is not, or I guess you have a cubicle, is
I have a
not
cubicle,
plastered with
Yeah,
pictures of your
yeah.
husband. Why?
Well, because I think it's important that they see me as their English teacher. That's my job there. That's what I do. And the great thing is the students respect that.
She may try to keep her two worlds separate. She didn't want us to tape her on the job, but she's become expert at changing personas.
One day I was teaching my class, and then I had to go to the White House right after. So literally, I took my dress to school. After my classes, I went into the ladies' room, changed into my outfit, got into the car, went to the White House. So there are real, Superman moments.
Jill Jacobs Biden grew up near Philadelphia, the oldest of 5 girls. Her dad a banker, her mom a homemaker. Briefly married and divorced after high school, she was a senior at the University of Delaware in 1975 when a young senator was pressed by his brother to take her on a blind date.
Frank said, I know this beautiful girl, you'll love her. She was in my English class, and she hates politics. You'll love her. I swear to God, that was it.
And we went to Philadelphia, we went to a movie, and afterwards we went out and had something to eat, and I found him interesting and charming as he is. And I remember his saying goodnight, and he shook my hand goodnight. And that was so different from...
He didn't try to grab you.
No. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, I called my mother, and I said, "Mom, I finally met a gentleman." And that's what hooked me. That's what hooked me.
After dating Jill a year and a half, Joe Biden, a widower whose wife and daughter had been killed in a car crash, heard from his 2 young sons.
And then Hunter said to Bo, you tell him. And Bo said, no, you tell him. That's why I said, guys, what's up? And finally, Bo said, Dad, Hunt and I were thinking we should marry Jill. I swear to God. Swear to God, true story. I didn't have the heart to tell him I'd already asked her, and she said no. And I had to ask her 5 times.
And why'd you say no?
I had to be sure. You know, I really had to be sure because here were these little boys who had lost their mom and their sister. And I had to make sure that this marriage was going to work. And because I just couldn't have their hearts broken again.
They were married in 1977. He commuted to Washington. She stayed in Delaware, raising the boys and Ashley, the daughter Joe and Jill Biden had together. She also taught full-time.
I don't want to say to Joe, hey, Joe, can I have $100 for this? Or I think it's important for every woman and to have her own money and be independent.
She hasn't been a traditional political wife, but she campaigned for her husband in his Senate races.
How are you, everybody?
And through 2 unsuccessful runs for president. Then one day in the summer of last year, Joe Biden took Jill to get a root canal. When they got back to their car,
we got in and he closed the door and he said, Barack called and asked me to be the vice president. And I just burst into tears and I said, Joe, you deserve it. I'm so happy for you.
Did you take into consideration at the time how much your life would change?
Not really. I don't think you can ever really know what it's like.
The duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you, Mr. Justice.
she says one thing that's made it easier is her relationship with Michelle Obama.
I think we respect one another and we have a good time together. I mean, she's fun. She is a fun woman to be around.
She's somebody that you know, want to go on a shopping trip with, or, you know,
You'll be strong for your son or your daughter. You see, it's just an emotional thing because I just don't want other moms to have to go through that. What's hardest on you, do you think?
Knowing if they're safe or not.
She makes time to talk to families at places like Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada.
Thank you. I'll work on that. See, that's why I'm here. Michelle and I both take back what we've heard from military families, and we try to make things better.
Do you talk to the vice president about this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In fact, as we learned when we flew with them aboard Air Force Two,
And usually if I want him to get my position on something, I scotch tape it to the bathroom mirror.
Not a joke.
True?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
in my bathroom at home or in the vice president's residence, and it'll be up on literally she'll scotch tape an article. She'll scotch tape something. When she's mad at me about something, about a position, she'll scotch tape it.
well, we didn't go into the vice president's bathroom.
So this great house is one of the things that comes with the job?
It does, and it's beautiful.
But we did get to see the vice president's residence decorated for Christmas.
I just love the feel of this tree. I think it's so beautiful. Come on, Champ. Come on.
And to meet Champ.
What a great dog.
Yeah, he is.
And even after being here almost a year, Jill Biden, teacher, wife, and mom, still seems amazed to find herself living in the center of everything.
This is a photo of you, and it's almost like you're looking at the others and saying, gee, what am I doing here with them?
That is funny.
Did that ever go through your mind? Like,
It goes through my mind every day. every day, it still has a surreal quality to it. It still does.